इंटीग्रेशन है, एनी वेरिएशन be that high or low leads to suicide, generates suicidal currents, isn't it? So इसके ऊपर बहुत ज़्यादा दिमाग नहीं लगाना है, ठीक है, ये नहीं है, ये होगा नहीं होगा, काइंड ऑफ जो सुटेबली फिट बैठता है उसको, राइट. बट यस, ठीक है, माइंड इज इंक्विजिटिव, राइट. तो ठीक है, टुडे वी विल डिस्कस रिलीजन, एंड अगेन आई विल से कि प्लीज कीप योर बायसेस, प्रीजुडाइसेस, प्रिडिलेक्शंस असाइड, राइट. जैसा दरखिम ने बोला है वैसा समझेंगे, ठीक है ना. लाइक दरखिम्स पर्सपेक्टिव वी हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड, ठीक है ना. देयर आर मेनी पर्सपेक्टिव्स ऑन रिलीजन, बट हियर वी हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड दरखिम्स पर्सपेक्टिव ऑफ रिलीजन, ठीक है ना. ओके, टॉपिक इज रिलीजन एंड सोसाइटी. ठीक है, बैकग्राउंड थियरी, essence of religion, what is religion, then origin of religion, essence of religion, what is religion, origin of religion, right. Functions of religion, and finally criticism. Try to understand objectively, ठीक है ना, एकदम ऑब्जेक्टिव अंडरस्टैंडिंग, राइट. नो मेजर डिबेट एंड डिस्कशन, ठीक है ना. डाउट्स आर डिफरेंट, डिबेट एंड डिस्कशन इज डिफरेंट, राइट. ऑब्जेक्टिव अंडरस्टैंडिंग. व्हाई दरखिम, व्हाई एंड हाउ दरखिम refuted existing, popular existing theories of religion, ठीक है ना. उसको क्यों रिफ्यूट किया, फर्स्ट वी विल अंडरस्टैंड दिस. लुक, दरखिम्स elementary forms of religious life, the elementary forms of religious life was the last major work of Emile Durkheim, right. And it contains description and detailed analysis. Description book में क्या होता है, description होता है facts का, and detailed analysis of origin of religion, essence of religion, its functions, isn't it, right. And in course of time, changes in forms of religion also. Like today, the forms of religion is different from that of the past, isn't it, right. And in that book, he has described the practice of totemism in Arunta tribe, right. And that description was for the purpose of understanding religion in modern society, because like origin of religion in modern society is very multi-religious society, and there are variations, religious rites, rituals and practices. So it is difficult to describe the causality, isn't it. So he studied, analyzed totemism in primitive society to understand the causality, right. And the causes in primitive society of religion, if the causes are described, then those causes can also be like applied here, right. That research can also be applied to understand causes in modern society. Modern society में भी वो causes हम समझ सकते हैं कि आज today why we worship tricolor flag, isn't it. Why totem was worshipped, totem any piece of wood which was divinized why totem was worshipped in that society. If we understand that, then we can understand ki why we worship, tricolor flag. Tricolor flag is totem for Indians. We consider that as sacred, isn't it? So this is. Now the first point to understand ki why Durkheim rejected the existing theories of religion, right? Look, before Durkheim, the very famous English, like British anthropologist, ethnologist E.B. Taylor has propounded theory of animism, right? Animism means spirit worship of the spirit, right? And he considered animism as the most basic form of religious expression. Animism means spirit. Anima means spirit, soul. Spirit, soul, right? Animism का root word है anima, A-N-I-M-A, anima. Anima refers to spirit, soul, right? उन्होंने कहा कि animism is the most basic form of religious expression, right? Found universally in societies, right? He believed कि every living and non-living entities, non-living entities or objects characterized by some soul, spirit. जैसे जो लिविंग हम लोग है, हम में तो सोल है ही, आत्मा है ही. दिस नॉन लिविंग ऑल्सो हैज सोल, स्पिरिट, ठीक है. एंड द स्पिरिट इज benevolent spirit as well as malevolent spirit, right? That reflection of spirit, is there in our dreams. When we sleep, in dreams we see the spirits interacting with each other, right? When humans लिखना नहीं इतना डिटेल, ये समझ लेना है. तो इस पे थीसिस नहीं लिखना है ना, जस्ट थियरी तो लिखना है. रिलीजन एंड सोसाइटी, ये तो बस समझ लेना है कि उसने रिफ्यूट क्यों किया, क्या बोला था उसने. तो एक बस लाइन याद रखना है कि अकॉर्डिंग टू E.B. टेलर, एनिमिज्म, worship of spirit, anima, is the most basic form of religious expression found universally in the societies, right? Spirit worship is there, ghost worship is there in Africa also, in Europe also, in India also, ठीक है. और जो हर जगह है, that is universal and general, isn't it? Sun is universal and general. Similarly, animism is universal and general, the most basic form of expression of religion. ऐसा उन्होंने बोला, किसने? E.B. टेलर ने. फिर मैं थोड़ा उस पर ब्रीफ आपको कर रहा हूँ कि भाई स्पिरिट वर्शिप है क्या, ये बिलीफ सिस्टम है क्या. सो दिस बिलीफ सिस्टम, लाइक एनिमिज्म बिलीव्ड, right? E.B. Taylor believed कि all living and non-living entities have some life, isn't it? Life, soul, isn't it? And when human sleeps, we see, reflection of our spirits, isn't it? In dreams, right? When human sleeps temporarily, spirits, the soul gets out of body and interact with other spirits, ठीक है ना. जैसे सिनेमा में दिखाते हैं कि humans interacting with trees, human interacting with mountains, isn't it? जैसे रामायण में भी है ना कि जा रहे हैं तो कुछ आ गया, तो लाइक राम पहले रिक्वेस्ट करते हैं रिवर को, क्या रिवर को नहीं, समुद्र को, राइट. ही लाइक रिक्वेस्ट ओशियन टू गिव वे, राइट. उसके बाद गुस्सा में आ जाते हैं, फिर वो. सो व्हाट वी सी इंटरैक्टिंग कि ओशियन ऑल्सो हैज spirit, trees also have a spirit, कि they interact. And when humans die, the spirits get out of body permanently. When human sleeps temporarily, spirits get out of the body, interact with other spirits. When human die, spirits get out of body permanently, isn't it? If the death is matured, I mean after maturity, age complete करके, तो that spirit becomes बेनिवोलेंट एस्पिरिट, और अगर एक्सीडेंटल डेथ हो गया तो मैलवेलेंट एस्पिरिट, राइट, मतलब अनसडन मैलवेलेंट एस्पिरिट, राइट, जिसको घोस्ट कहते हैं, ठीक है ना. बोथ आर वर्शिप्ड, यू नो, बिकॉज एस्पिरिट्स, यू नो, प्रमोट्स वंस वेल बीइंग, राइट, वेल बीइंग को प्रमोट करता है, राइट. वी वर्शिप बेनिवोलेंट एस्पिरिट्स फॉर प्रोटेक्शन, प्रमोशन एंड मैलवेलेंट एस्पिरिट फॉर प्रोटेक्शन. घोस्ट की वर्शिप करते हैं बचाव के लिए, isn't it, right, एंड बेनिवोलेंट एस्पिरिट्स को प्रमोशन के लिए, आवर वेल बीइंग, isn't it, right. तो ऐसा उनका मानना था. बट ये जितनी बातें हैं उसमें लाइक Durkheim rejected this thesis because he considered, he thought कि the religion influences, you know, members in society. Religion has, you know, like in all ages, all stages, religion predominantly influenced human behavior, right. How can it be matter of, you know, illusion, hallucination? Because E.B. Taylor's explanation, you know, makes religion a matter of illusion, hallucination, collective hallucination, right. कि all are fascinated by the fear of the spirit, ghosts. ऐसा कैसे हो सकता है, ठीक है. Before Durkheim, there was practice of naturalism, and the naturalist, very popular naturalist, Max Muller, propounded the theory of naturalism, worshipping of nature, isn't it? And people worship nature for what? For their well-being, isn't it? Protection from vagaries of the nature, natural disasters, isn't it? But Durkheim also refuted कि no, like in modern society, when humans have, you know, substantial control and command over nature, isn't it? In the world of, you know, scientificism, isn't it? In modern society, scientific researches, isn't it? Scientific outlook, isn't it? Has refuted many of the unproven theses like animism, isn't it? Or we have constructed big dams to protect ourselves from vagaries of the nature, isn't it? But despite that, we worship rivers. आज भी हम river की worship करते हैं, isn't it? Getting your point? We worship souls despite, you know, science, isn't it? Scientificism, legal rationality, this worldly orientation, right? Empirical approach, isn't it? Positive approach. We still worship, you know, soul. We still worship. So such explanation is not, you know, judicious. Such explanation is not social, right? These are extra social explanations, right? Considering religion as a matter of, you know, worshipping nature out of fear of nature, isn't it? Or worshipping, you know, spirits out of fear of spirits, or for welfare of, you know, our for promotion of our well-being, worshipping of nature, worshipping of, you know, spirits, right, is not social explanation. These are extra social explanation. Religion is a social fact which has influenced humans, you know, in every age, every stage of social development, isn't it? And this social fact, social reality, which is above and over individuals, isn't it? External to individuals, independent of individuals, put constraint on individual behavior and generalized in a social type. This is a social reality, this is a social fact and should be explained socially, isn't it? इसका social explanation होना चाहिए, isn't it? This is social fact and this is social phenomena, this should be explained socially. वो ऐसा भी like he further, you know, refuted, you know, like theorists who propagated for worshipping of single supreme God, right? Single supreme God or God worshipping, religion worshipping of, you know, God, goddesses, right? He refuted that there are many religions in which, you know, there is no clear imagery or, you know, shape of God. बहुत सारा ऐसा religion है ना जिसमें God and goddesses का conceptualization is not there. In fact, Buddhism had emerged, you know, as a refutation to the Brahmanic Hinduism, isn't it? निरंकार, कोई आकार नहीं, निरंकार, निरंकारी, they do not believe in any आकार, any shape, isn't it? Like तो बहुत सारा ऐसा religion है जिसमें God and goddess का concept is not there. Religion exists, isn't it? Getting your point or not? Right. Okay. So, like after refuting the existing, theories of religion, his predecessors, on the basis of some reasoning, he proposed कि religion is a social fact. Religion क्या है? Social fact है, right? Term है आपका religion and society. ठीक है ना? Religion and society. Religion is a social fact. Religion is above and over individual. This is not individuals, fear because of he worship. Isn't it? This is not individual fear of nature, individual fear of spirit that he worships. Isn't it? This is above and over individual, independent of individual. Right? And he explained religion in context of society. Like society is sui generis, above and over individuals. Isn't it? Religion is sui generis, above and over individuals. Isn't it? In his explanation, he also established, right, relation between religion and society. That you have to understand. Religion and society. Religion is a social fact, social phenomena, right? And this is not extra social phenomena, so this must be explained in context of society. ठीक है? Okay. Then he explained, जब उन्होंने refute कर दिया तो आप पूछेंगे कि okay fine, if not animism, if not naturalism, then what is the cause of religious worship? Then what is the essence of religious worship? Right? Durkheim proposed the essence of religious worship, right? The essence of religion is division of world into sacred and profane. Right? Second heading के अंदर लिखेंगे कि according to Durkheim, the essence of religion is not fear of the spirit. The cause of religion is not fear of the nature. The essence or the cause of religion is not worshipping God and goddesses. The essence of religion is division of world in sacred and profane, right? Into two kinds of spheres, phenomena, the sacred and profane. The sacred refers to the things which are set apart and forbidden, and require a special religious treatment, or which requires a special treatment. Including religious beliefs, for example, religious beliefs, rites, rituals, etc. Right? Etc. Division of world into sacred and profane. What is sacred? Sacred are the things which are set apart and forbidden. Forbidden भी लिख लीजिएगा. Which are set apart and forbidden. Right? Which requires a special treatment by the human beings. Right? A special treatment, a special religious treatment by the human beings. For example, beliefs. Isn't it? Rites, rituals. Right? These are considered as sacred. Right? Okay. Or anything, any object in society, isn't it, which is worshipped, that is worshipped because that is considered as sacred, according to Emile Durkheim. Right? Sacred, like division of world into sacred and profane. People, the members of society who believes in sacredness of something, they become closer to that thing and they give a special treatment to that thing. Right? Sacred and profane, and they set apart the sacred from the profane. They maintain distance, between sacred and profane. Members of society keep themselves away from profane and closer to the sacred. Isn't it? Right? This is essence of religion. Isn't it? Division of world into sacred and profane is the essence of religion. Isn't it? Right? Look, according to Durkheim, in every society, समझिएगा इस पॉइंट को, in every society, right, there are sacred order and there are profane order, isn't it? Before you were born, समझिएगा इस बात को, before you were born, right, there were sacred orders and profane orders. Sacred things, profane things, isn't it? आपके आने के पहले भी था ऐसा, isn't it? And even if you are gone, there will remain, you know, some sacred order and some profane order, isn't it? Right. Believing in sacred is the essence of religion. Division of world into sacred and profane is the essence of religion. Getting your point? जैसे मान लीजिए कि एक sacred order है, एक profane order है, right? Like in today's society, with, you know, like diversity, right? There are group of people who defy the traditional sacredness and believe some new orders as sacred. Getting your point? ऐसा होता है ना कि आप कुछ नए ऑर्डर्स को, कुछ नए ऑब्जेक्ट्स को सेक्रेड मान लेते हैं, isn't it? And you defy traditional, right? जैसे traditional sacredness, जैसे endogamous marriage, marriage within caste, marriage within religion considered as sacred, right? उसको sacred मानते थे. Getting your point, right? In course of time, right? In course of time, with increasing autonomy of the individuals, in course of time division of labor हुआ, individual autonomization बढ़ा, isn't it? Individual autonomization बढ़ा, differentiation, right? Like some other, you know, sacred order evolved. People believe in sacredness of some other thing, isn't it? Getting your point or not? Like in today's society, intercaste marriage also may be considered as sacred, right? Preferred. People make choice, isn't it, for intercaste marriages, isn't it? Right. In traditional society, people were ready to sacrifice their life for their caste, their ethnicity, right? But in today's society, not the caste, not the ethnicity, nation. Getting your point or not? Nation is sacred. Getting your point or not? Like जितना भी new religions have evolved in our society, आप ये नहीं कहेंगे कि केवल old religions में sacredness was there. New religions evolved because the followers believe in sacredness of things like preachings. Ram, Baba Ram Rahim or Baba Ram Dev or Baba, like their actions, their behavior, their preaching considered as sacred, so they are followed, they are worshipped. Getting your point, right? कुछ कहीं आप सुनते हैं कि अमिताभ बच्चन की पूजा होती है, मंदिर है, सचिन तेंदुलकर का मंदिर है, कल मोदी जी का भी मंदिर बन जाएगा, right? But I mean to say कि if the group of people believe in sacredness of their behavior, their act, their decisions, they worship, simple, right? So old religions are replaced by new religions. Getting your point? But in both old religions and new religions, the essence of religion is, according to Durkheim, belief in sacredness of things, right? Okay. Yes. Profane is anything which is which is kept apart, right? Become closer to sacred, collectivity come closer to sacred, worship sacred, and they try to keep themselves apart from the profane, right? Profane, anything which is, you know, polluting, isn't it? Considered as profane. Getting your point? In different collectivity, जैसे eating or killing cow may be profane for a collectivity, but not for other collectivity. Getting your point? Profane for a collectivity, but not for other collectivity, because collectivity believe in sacredness of cow, isn't it? They set apart and forbidden, they protect, isn't it? Getting your point? So anything which, you know, hurts that sacred, that is profane for them. Getting your point? Right? In a particular societal type, that may not be, you know, sacred in other societal type, may not be sacred in Europe. Europe is Britain, America, highest consumer of, you know, beef, isn't it? Right? Hamburger, okay. You have been there? No. Okay. Right. Otherwise एंटी नेशनल हो जाते हैं, right? So like वहाँ पे नहीं है. In that society this is not considered as profane. Getting your point? In this society it is considered as profane, right?
So profane is neutral or polluting? There can be things which are neutral.
Look, उस पर criticism होता है कि he talks about sacred and profane, but there are many things which is mundane, right? That will be part of criticism, right? He divides the world. I mean, in his theoretical propositions, he divides the world into sacred and profane. If something is sacred, which is worship, and profane, something polluting, which is kept apart. One is set apart, and other is kept apart, right? Yes.
So we can say that the root cause of untouchability can be derived from this belief of sacred and profane.
Yes, we will come. We will discuss application में discuss करेंगे, ठीक है ना? Like within household, right? Like widowhood is considered as profane, isn't it? Marital life sacred, widowhood profane, isn't it? So kept apart. Widows are kept apart, not allowed to participate in, right? जो traditional Indian society में, आज तो नहीं, traditional Indian society में, isn't it? Okay. Then हाँ. हाँ? नहीं, प्रोफेन क्यों होगा ये? अगर प्रोफेन होता तो यू शुड हैव केप्ट अपार्ट. क्या? जैसे इसको तो ये पहन के तो टेम्पल में जाते ही है, बट लेदर नॉट अलाउड बिकॉज लेदर इज कंसिडर्ड एज प्रोफेन. That depends in which society to society ना, वो सोसाइटी की सोसाइटी डिपेंड करता है ना, इन ए कलेक्टिविटी, राइट? और जनरली मतलब these are not profane, but yes, in a collectivity leather is considered as profane, right? Okay. Here you have to understand the essence of religion is division of world into sacred and profane. Getting your point? We worship sacred, right? We set apart sacred, right? And kept apart profane, right? We maintain distance from profane, come closer to sacred, right? Okay, then what is religion? Next is, what is religion? Division of world into sacred and profane. What is religion? According to Durkheim, religion is, लिख लीजिए फिर explain करता हूँ मैं. Religion, Durkheim defined religion as unified system of beliefs and practices. Underline beliefs and practices. Durkheim defined religion as unified system of beliefs and practices related to sacred things. Beliefs and practices related to sacred things, or sacred beliefs and practices related to sacred things, comma, the things which are set apart and forbidden. The things which are set apart and forbidden, comma, beliefs and practices which unite the members of the collectivity in one simple moral community. Right. In respect to Europe, that moral community called church. In respect to India, that moral community called temple. In respect to India, moral community, Middle East, moral community called mosque, isn't it? Right, united into one moral community. Beliefs and practices which unite the collectivity in one moral community called church, right? And this community adhere to church, this community adhere to temples, this community adhere to mosque, right? फिर से एक बार जोर लगा के, राइट. रिलीजन इज यूनिफाइड सिस्टम ऑफ बिलीफ्स एंड प्रैक्टिसेस related to sacred things, the things which are set apart and forbidden, comma, beliefs and practices which unite the collectivity in one moral community called church, isn't it? All those who adhere to church, getting your point, all those adhere to temple, isn't it? Like people are united. The collectivity is united into one moral community, in one collective conscience. How people are, how collective is united into one moral community?
By believing in particular thing as sacred and so belief
Profane? How, like you believe, I believe. How we are united? How we are united?
few others don't believe.
We are united through beliefs and practices. We are united through beliefs and practices. We come together, isn't it, for prayers in the temples, churches, mosques, isn't it, right? अपने beliefs and practices से ना, right? A collectivity come together in church, a collectivity come together in mosque, a collectivity come together in temple, isn't it, because of his belief in sacredness of Quran, belief in sacredness of Bible, belief in sacredness of Gita, isn't it, right? Sita also, right? Getting a point. And the practices involved, practice के लिए आते हैं ना सब, prayers के लिए, isn't it, right? So this is you know religion, right? Relative to sacred, ठीक है ना? Okay, now हाँ. अरे आप अभी वहीं पे रुके हुए हैं, गाड़ी तो काफ़ी आगे निकल गई, राइट. दैट विल बी मंडेन एक्चुअली, क्रिटिक्स में देखेंगे वो, ठीक है ना. अभी ये समझ लेते हैं कि वो क्या बोल रहे हैं, अदरवाइज दिमाग कैसे इस पे जाएगा कि दरखिम ने क्या बोला है. दैट इज पार्ट ऑफ क्रिटिसिज्म, ठीक है ना, कि दरखिम डिवाइड्स द वर्ल्ड इनटू सेक्रेड एंड प्रोफेन, बट देयर आर राइट मंडेन थिंग्स आल्सो. इन बिटवीन द टू एक्सट्रीम्स लाइज द सोशल रियलिटी. हाँ, प्रोफेन इम्प्योर है, ठीक है ना, प्रोफेन इम्प्योर है, पॉल्यूटिंग है, ठीक है ना, ठीक है. ओके, सो दिस इज नाउ, वहां से कीवर्ड अपन ने पिक किया. व्हाट इज रिलीजन? तो रिलीजन इज यूनिफाइड सिस्टम ऑफ बिलीफ्स एंड प्रैक्टिसेस रिलेटिव टू सेक्रेड थिंग्स, द थिंग्स व्हिच आर सेट अपार्ट एंड फॉरबिडन, राइट, कॉमा, बिलीफ्स एंड प्रैक्टिसेस व्हिच यूनाइट द कलेक्टिविटी इनटू वन मॉरल community, isn't it? So beliefs and practices. So what is belief, right? Beliefs are system of ideas. Beliefs are systems of ideas and values. Beliefs are system of ideas and values which defines, beliefs are system of ideas and values which defines, which explain the sacred, which defines, which explains the sacred, right? How do you come to know that Bible is sacred, Quran is sacred, or Ramayana is sacred? So the beliefs, set of ideas and values. And this set of ideas and values are what? I mean, these are social or individual? Social. From where you learn this? Society, isn't it? Which is above and over individual, isn't it? Getting your point? Beliefs are set of ideas and values which defines the sacred, right? And these beliefs, constitute, these ideas and values constituted of, basically consists of the myths, ethical code, the myths, ethical codes, the spiritual ideas, etc. ठीक है. एक अदर कीवर्ड था डेफिनेशन में, practices. Practices are the rites and rituals. Practices are the rites and rituals explaining or defining individual's behavior, defining or explaining individual behavior towards the sacred. Practices are the rites, rituals defining individual behavior towards the sacred, right? Practices जैसे फास्टिंग, राइट, क्या है, एक रिचुअल है, isn't it, right? Death rituals involves fasting, isn't it, right? Sacrificial rituals involves fasting, isn't it, right? So this is ritual, right, which relates individual to the sacred, isn't it? If something is considered sacred, individuals relates to the sacred through practices. जैसे अभी देखेंगे आप, lakhs of कांवरिया, millions of कांवरिया, like from Haridwar to different areas of Punjab, Haryana, right, carrying holy water of Ganges, right? On paper at least भी कहते हैं भी holy water of Ganges, right? So that is what? That is that is practice actually, because of the belief, isn't it? Belief in sacredness of God, temples, isn't it? कि temples में गंगा का जल लाना है, sacredness, right? Some ideas are there, right? और उससे such rituals are there, isn't it? Rituals of carrying water for 40 kilometers, 150 kilometers, right? Okay. So this is rituals and practices, right? Okay, now people are united into moral community through beliefs and practices, right? And these beliefs and practices are constraining in nature. These beliefs and practices are constraining in nature, binding in nature, right? And this collective sharing of beliefs and rituals is essential for development of religion. This collective sharing of beliefs and practices, beliefs and rituals is essential for development of religion, right? This is what is religion का section, ठीक है? This collective sharing of beliefs, practices, rituals are essential for development of religion. Collective sharing of beliefs, right? Ab now Durkheim, to explain the beginning of this collective sharing, isn't it, and the collective conscience, beginning of the collective sharing and collective conscience, isn't it, he referred the studies conducted by Malinowski in Australia, right, in Arunta tribe, isn't it? Malinowski had already conducted a study, isn't it, of religious practice at Arunta tribe. Durkheim relied on that study, isn't it, and totemism practiced in Australian Aborigines, Arunta tribesmen. They practiced totemism. Durkheim studied totemism to explain the origin of this collective sharing of beliefs and practices, isn't it? The origin of belief in sacredness, isn't it, right? Because as I told you in the beginning, कि modern society to which Durkheim belonged was multi-religious society, variability in religious practices, so it was difficult to trace the causality, isn't it, or the origin, right? So for that he relied on Arunta tribe, a primitive society, a simple society, to explain the causality of religion, the cause of religion, isn't it, right, the essence of religion, isn't it? So origin of religion Durkheim has explained through totemism, right? Durkheim took totemism among Australian tribe as the key concept to explain origin of religion. Durkheim took totemism among the Australian tribe, Arunta tribe, as the key concept to explain origins of religion, right? Right. Totemism, the root word is totem. Totemism simply refers to worshipping of totem, right? And what is totem? Any simple, thing which is emblemed, any simple thing which is emblemed, transfigured as sacred, was worshipped by Arunta tribesmen, isn't it, as totem, and this practice was referred as totemism, worshipping of anything, any object, because of belief in sacredness of that object, right, referred as totemism, isn't it, right? Now, the origin of totemism, this practice, look, Arunta tribesmen, समझ लीजिएगा इसको, बाकी नोट्स बना लीजिएगा प्रिंटेड नोट से, सिंपल समझ लीजिए कि Arunta tribesmen were, wandering tribes, isn't it, not, settled, isn't it? In course of, like they were food gathering, wandering tribes, right? Whenever, for the purpose of, clan festivals, they used to come together, right, and interacted. They had, different feeling than the situation in which they were separated, right? Whenever they used to come together, right, they had different feeling. They were exalted. They had happy consciousness, exaltation whenever they used to come together. And when after clan festival, when they used to separate, they had feeling of loneliness, sense of loss, isn't it, right? So coming togetherness exalted them, spread happy consciousness, and separation, sense of loss, isn't it, right, anxiety, isn't it, right? So now in course of time, in course of defining this situation, right, the state of exaltation, in course of time, like they tried to explain why they are exalted when they come together at a place, and why they have sense of loss when they are separated, isn't it? So in course of time, that coming togetherness, isn't it, that coming togetherness, right, was transfigured as supernatural. There is something supernatural at this place which exalts the tribe, the tribesmen, make the tribesmen happy, right? And when they separates, when they go for collection of foods and all, right, they had sense of loss, isn't it, at other place, right? I mean, that place was emblemed as sacred, isn't it? The things around that place was emblemed as sacred, supernatural, considered as supernatural, emblemed as sacred, isn't it? Getting a point, right? So to re-experience the same situation, like the situation of exaltation, isn't it, happiness, like the things were considered as transfigured as supernatural, considered as sacred, and carried away by the tribesmen, right? Tribesmen उस thing को क्या करने लगे, carry करने लगे, isn't it? That was emblemed as sacred, isn't it, right? That was emblemed as sacred, and that sacred totem also, like the tribesmen identified themselves with that sacred totem, isn't it? That sacred totem also like provided identity to the tribesmen, isn't it? Tribesmen, that clan, isn't it? That society, Arunta society, Arunta tribe was identified by that emblem, by that totem, isn't it? Getting your point? सो फंक्शन, यहां पे फंक्शन भी आ रहा है, राइट? कॉज है सेक्रेडनेस एंड फंक्शन आइडेंटिफिकेशन, इज इट आइडेंटिफिकेशन. अब नाउ दैट टोटम, दैट emblem, acquired, like the identity, isn't it? That totem represented, the tribesmen. So while worshipping the totem, tribesmen basically worshipped, समझिएगा इस पॉइंट को, घर पे पढ़ लीजिएगा. Tribesmen basically worshipped, that collective consciousness, that collective conscience, isn't it? To experience, the collective exaltation, isn't it? The happiness which they felt after coming together, right, at a place, right? Whenever they separated, they carried that totem with them to re-experience the same exaltation and happiness. Getting your point? The cause of exaltation, the cause of happiness is coming together, collectivity, that collective conscience, isn't it? Right? That was emblemed with the totem. Getting your point? While worshipping the totem, the tribes worshipped the collectivity. Tribe worshipped the collectivity. Getting your point? Right? Tribe kisi other supernatural. They believed ki this totem is supernatural. Isn't it? The place is supernatural. The things at the place is supernatural. So they have happy exaltation. But in reality, coming together, that togetherness, right? Collective experience was the cause of happiness, exaltation, isn't it? That was emblemed with a totem, and to re-experience the same, they started carrying the totem, started worshipping the totem, right? But the totem basically represented the collectivity, right? The reminded the tribesmen of that collective experience about the collectivity, isn't it? So while worshipping the totem, tribesmen did not worship any supernatural force but the collectivity, but the society, isn't it? That society, that collectivity was divinized in form of totem, isn't it? जैसे आज की सोसाइटी में भी, like when you worship, tri-color flag, आप किसका वर्शिप करते हैं? Tri-color flag represents India. So while worshipping tri-color flag, you worship India, because tri-color flag, represents the collectivity, the society, isn't it? Right? Basically, such emblems, represent the society, the collectivity. While worshipping the emblem, you worship the society, isn't it? This is, yes.
ट्राइकलर फ्लैग हमारा टोटम हो गया.
टोटम ही है, like टोटम जैसा ही है, right? Getting a point. हाँ. सिंबॉलिक इंट्रैक्शनिज्म ऑफ दरखिम नहीं होगा. सिंबॉलिक इंट्रैक्शनिज्म नहीं लिखाएंगे यहाँ पे, राइट? एक्चुअली लो, अरुंटा ट्राइब्समैन, फिर से एक बार प्लीज लिसन टू मी, इसलिए मैंने बोला कि यहाँ पे सुन लीजिए, समझ लीजिए, घर पे उसको रीड करिएगा. लाइक अरुंटा ट्राइब्समैन, whenever they used to come together, they have feeling of exaltation. When they were separated, individualized sense of loss, coming together, feeling of exaltation, isn't it? Happiness. ठीक है? So they thought कि they come together at a place, isn't it? Near some tree, near some mountain, and this tree and mountain have supernatural powers, so they are exalted and happy, isn't it? वो उनका definition था, ठीक है ना? But in reality, this is the force of collectivity, the social force of collectivity, isn't it? Togetherness, isn't it? Solidarity, unity, right? Entering into practice, right? Some practice, all together, some practice dancing, collective dancing, isn't it? Right? This force of collectivity, this collective experience exalted them. right? This collective experience, this social experience, exalted them, made them happy. When they were separated, sense of loss. So to re-experience, they used to come together again, right? In course of time, they emblemed, the things at the place, like a stone or wooden piece, isn't it? Ki we come together, this wooden piece is supernatural, right? This wooden piece has supernatural power, so we become happy. So they started carrying that wooden piece as their totem, right? Totem, emblem of the tribe, isn't it? That became, emblem of the tribe. A totem represented the tribes. While worshipping the totem, they worshipped the tribe, society. They worshipped the collectivity. Getting your point? So दरकिम साहब कहते हैं कि worshipping religion is nothing but worshipping the society. Society has been divinized, in form of religion. Society कहीं divinize हुआ है. Society has been divinized actually, isn't it? Like the collectivity believing in sacredness of something, right? The collectivity, when believe in sacredness of something, the collectivity set apart that thing, isn't it? Right? Set apart that thing. And beliefs and practices, some beliefs and practices evolves, right, related to sacred thing, isn't it? Related to sacred things, which unite the collectivity into one moral community, right? One moral community Christians, one moral community Muslims, one moral community Hindus, right? And this moral community actually called church, this moral community called church, called temples, right? This moral community, this collective conscience is emblemed in church, temples, isn't it? While worshipping the church, basically people worship the collectivity, isn't it? While worshipping the mosque, people worship the collectivity. They affirm to the collectivity beliefs, collectivity values, collectivity norms. They conform to collectivity beliefs, collective values, collectivity norms, isn't it? So in all ages, all stages, according to Durkheim, humans have never worshipped any supernatural force. Though Arunta tribesmen believe कि they are worshipping supernatural force, but Durkheim कहता है कि that is not supernatural force. वो क्या है? Collective force है. वो collectivity का like coming togetherness की वजह से exaltation है, not supernatural, right? वो उतने समझदार नहीं है समझने के लिए, so they tell them as supernatural. They believe कि this is supernatural, but in reality this is collectivity, right? आपको क्या लगता है कि ये बाबा लोग का बात सुनेंगे आप, राइट? कुछ समझ में नहीं आता है, यहाँ से पास होता है कई बार, मैं सुनता हूँ जब भी टाइम मिलता है तो, right? मैं इसलिए नहीं सुनता कि मैं स्पिरिचुअल, राइट? मेरे को कॉमेडी से ज़्यादा अच्छा लगता है भाई, राइट? एंड आई फील कि आई एम मोर इंटेलिजेंट दैन एटलीस्ट दिस 1000 पीपल, lakhs of people. उन लोगों से ज़्यादा समझदार हूँ मैं, राइट? कि आई कैन अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट दे से. लेकिन आप कितना भी किसी बाबा के बारे में बोल दो, बट उसका फॉलोअर कम तो नहीं हो रहा है. हाँ, बाबाज आर मिनिस्टर ऑल्सो उत्तराखंड में, राइट? अभी सावन के महीने में वो बाबा बन जाते हैं, फिर उसके बाद मिनिस्टर बन जाते हैं. कंप्यूटर बाबा तो बने ही नहीं, बट ये उत्तराखंड में देयर इज वन महाराज जी, सतपाल महाराज, हिज ब्रदर क्या नाम है उनका, बाल जोगेश्वर. हाँ, साक्षी महाराज ऑल्सो देयर, हिज ब्रदर बाल जोगेश्वर. फ्लाइट से आते हैं, हिज बेस्ड इन ब्रिटेन एक्चुअली. अभी जैसे सीजन आ गया है लाइक सावन का महीना, तो दिस इज पूरा स्पिरिचुअलिटी रिलीजियस प्रैक्टिस का सीजन, तो इसमें ही विल कम टू इंडिया, राइट? हरिद्वार में आपने सुना होगा ना, प्रेम आश्रम या क्या है ना एक आश्रम, राइट? हाँ, प्रेम नगर आश्रम, राइट? दैट बिलोंग्स टू दैट बाबा Satpal Maharaj and his brother, right? Okay, so basically the people are influenced by the force of collectivity. People are influenced by force of collectivity. मैं देखता हूँ कि विलेजेस में, इनफैक्ट मेरे विलेज में ही He is based in Uttarakhand, but his influence is there in Bihar, UP, Rajasthan. Right? Nirankari Baba is based in Punjab, but pan India influence, isn't it? Don't mind अगर आप बिलीव करते होंगे. देखिए, लेकिन उनके वर्ड्स को समझ में नहीं आता है, मुझे भी समझ में नहीं आता. ठीक है? They refer to Ramayana, they refer to Mahabharata, they refer to their followers also do not understand. 90 out of 100 do not understand कि what they say, right? What they communicate. But you will see them, you will find them कि बस ऐसे हाथ जोड़े सुनते रहेंगे. That is not, that is force of collectivity कि उसने देखा कि अच्छा मेरा नेबर फॉलो कर रहा है, फिर देखा वो फॉलो कर रहे हैं, वो फॉलो कर रहे हैं. Force of collectivity brings people together. Force of collectivity brings people together. Getting your point, right? This is force of collectivity, right? While believing in, identifying with some religious guru, right? While identifying some religious, people identify themselves with religious guru, right? While worshipping themselves, they worship this collective identity. They worship the collective Nirankaris, isn't it? So while worshipping Nirankari Baba, they worship, collective identity of Nirankaris. Getting your point, right? In all ages, all stages, according to Durkheim, humans did not worship any supernatural force or spirit or nature, but society itself, collectivity itself. Collectivity was divinized, right? Its origin we see in traditional primitive societies, even in modern society too, right? While worshipping nation, national emblem, we worship the collectivity, isn't it? People are ready to sacrifice their life for the nation, isn't it? This is force of the collectivity. ये collectivity का force है, isn't it? कि we are ready to sacrifice our life. In traditional society, tribesmen used to sacrifice their life for the emblem, right? जो उनका emblem होता था, the thing which they considered as sacred, they used to sacrifice their life for them, isn't it? Right? That was collectivity. Collectivity worshipped cow, because cow was life-giving in a particular territory, isn't it? In today's society, there are other things which are sacred. आज बहुत दूसरे चीज sacred हो गए, isn't it? Getting your point. And in reality, we do not believe in sacredness of cow. Apart from politics, if you see, if collectivity would have been believed, तो मैं देखता हूँ देहरादून के हर स्ट्रीट पे, हर गली में 5 गाय रोड पे बैठे हुए बिना खाए, बिना पानी पिए. If collectivity would have believed in sacredness of that cow today, then would have protected that, would have sacrificed their life. At a time they used to sacrifice their life, right? But with change in collective conscience, isn't it? Collective conscience change हुआ. Today collectivity worship nation. Today collectivity worship, constitution. Constitution is sacred for us. आप देखते हैं constitution का अगर पेज कहीं पे कुछ आप distort कर दीजिए तो FIR will be lodged against you, isn't it? Because that is sacred for the collectivity. वो sacred है, isn't it? Yes. One kind of religion. Like atheist, right? Those who refute, sacredness. हाँ. Like, देखिए हमारे कॉमन सेंस में हम ये कहते हैं कि we worship supernatural. Durkheim इसको रिफ्यूट करता है. According to Durkheim, humans worship the collectivity, the society. That society divinized in some form of emblem, some insignia, some symbol. Society is divinized, right? And the origin he found him among Arunta tribe, isn't it? And that is still, that reasoning, that logic is still valid for explaining new religions in modern society, right? New religions. Just when collectivity come together, right? In a state of, exaltation, right? In a state of, happy consciousness, right? Collectivity today coming together exalts collectivity, exalts group of people, and they are worshipping, Nirankari, Baba Nirankari. They are worshipping Ram Rahim. They are worshipping Ramdev, isn't it? In a state of, exaltation, happiness, happy consciousness, new religions are emerging, right? So worshipping new religions, also worshipping, the collectivity. Getting your point? ये दरखिम का आपका point है कि those who do not believe in supernatural may not believe in supernatural. Religion का supernatural से कोई मतलब नहीं है. Collective conscience. वही तो दरखिम differentiated कि earlier there was belief in supernatural force of river, supernatural force of spirit, isn't it? Yes, humanism is also a religion. Worshipping humans, isn't it? Humanism, right? That is new religion, right?
So, this is similar to manifest and latent content. This totemism, whatever you explain in totemism. So, we attach, people attach some sacredness to any particular object,
Mm-hmm.
and you explain everything. So, it is similar to manifest and latent content. That is it.
In course of explanation, you cannot say like religion में we cannot accommodate that concept, or you can say in this way कि like manifestly they believed कि there are some supernatural force, isn't it? They worshipped something because of their belief in supernatural force, but latently they were worshipping society itself because they had divinized the society in some form of emblem, isn't it? Right? तो ऐसा बोल सकते हैं, ठीक है ना? ओके सो दिस इज गॉट समथिंग. कुछ समझ में आया? बाकी कहानी का कंक्लूजन यही है. इसमें बहुत लंबी कहानी है इस पे अरुंटा ट्राइब एंड ऑल कि अरुंटा ट्राइब मेन केम टुगेदर, फीलिंग ऑफ एक्साल्टेशन, हैप्पीनेस. व्हेन दे सेपरेटेड, सेंस ऑफ लॉस. सो टू री एक्सपीरियंस दे अगेन केम टुगेदर एंड दे एम्ब्लेम्ड द थिंग्स अराउंड दैट एज सेक्रेड, supernatural and considered as sacred, isn't it? But in reality that was not supernatural, that was basically collectivity, isn't it? The force of collectivity which exalted the people and they worshipped that collectivity. They emblemed the collectivity totem, isn't it? And they carried that totem. They were ready to sacrifice their life for the totem because they believed in supernatural force of the totem. In fact, in reality that was collectivity force, that was the force of society, isn't it? Which they always wanted to re-experience, isn't it? Right. ओके जैसे आप वर्शिप्स में पार्टिसिपेट करते हैं ना, वर्शिपिंग में पार्टिसिपेट करते हैं, ठीक है, लाइक दीपावली, दुर्गा पूजा एंड ऑल, राइट? सो इवन इफ यू डोंट, मैंने दुर्गा चालीसा आज तक नहीं पढ़ा, बट आई डू पार्टिसिपेट इन दुर्गा पूजा. आई गो टू माई पैटर्नल होम बिकॉज टू फील दैट happy consciousness, and that happy consciousness emanates not out of standing before goddess Durga, but yes, collectively going like we go fairs, local fairs and all, right? We together, right? Good foods, right? Sacrifices are made. एनिमल सेक्रीफाइस भी होता है, अभी भी चलता है उधर नेपाल में, राइट? तो मेरा पैटर्नल होम नेपाल बॉर्डर पे है एक्चुअली, एकदम बॉर्डर, नेपाल इंडिया नेपाल बॉर्डर पे, राइट? माय मदर बिलोंग्स टू नेपाल, राइट? तो लाइक वहाँ पे डेली लाइक सेक्रीफाइस वगैरह है, राइट? तो और पूजा पाठ काइंड ऑफ कलेक्टिव, लाइक आई डोंट अंडरस्टैंड द रीजनिंग, सेक्रीफाइस क्यों हो रहा है, ये क्यों हो रहा है, वो क्यों हो रहा है, आई डोंट अंडरस्टैंड, बट दैट कलेक्टिविटी लाइक कमिंग टुगेदर influences the behavior. That coming together gives happy consciousness. Getting your point? Okay. ठीक है. Now the functional explanation, functions, right? The functions of religion, causal explanation, functional explanation. The function of religion according to Durkheim is integration of the members into a single community for happy and comfortable living. Happy and comfortable living. The function of religion is integration of the members of society into a single community, into a moral community for happy and comfortable living, right? Religion becomes the basis of commonality. Religion becomes basis of commonality, generates generates common consciousness. Religion becomes the basis of commonality, generates common consciousness, strengthened collective conscience, strengthens collective conscience. Right. Religion performs the role, important role of socialization of the members. Religion performs important role, important function of socialization of the members of society into the values and norms of the society. Values and norms of the society. It acts as agency. Religion acts as agency of social control. Right. Also provides important basis for knowledge. Religion also provides important basis for knowledge. Right. In fact, primary source of knowledge in societies. ठीक है. Religion gives identity to the individual. Particularly in modern complex societies. Not only in traditional societies, but also in modern complex society. Religion at the time of crisis, religion provides immediate consolation बोलते हैं, राइट? हाँ, जैसे कभी किसी का डेथ हो गया, राइट? किसी का डेथ होता है तो लाइक यू सी, the collectivity come together, participate in death rituals, rites and rituals में participate करता है, isn't it? And provides immediate consolation, isn't it? And helps the person who has sense of loss to adapt to the situation, isn't it? Right. Religion also gives immediate answer to the crisis situation. Religion also gives immediate, religious, beliefs, values, provides immediate solution to the crisis situation. कैसे? This is also the function of religion, right? कैसे? How this? जैसे, for example, yes, tell me. For example, there's a sudden accident, like aircraft, crash. Sudden deaths because of crash of aircraft, isn't it? अब immediate answer is not provided by the authorities, right? Airport authority will not provide you immediate answer कि ऐसा क्यों हो गया. The engineers involved in the development of technology will not provide immediate answer, isn't it? Immediate answer. But people ask कि why this happened. पूछते हैं ना लोग कि ऐसा क्यों हुआ. Why I lost my near ones, isn't it? So engineers, authorities, government, state, ये सब immediate answer नहीं देंगे. Minister बोलेंगे कि we have formed the committee, right? Company बोलेगा कि we have sent the experts on the site, isn't it? They will analyze and they will, like investigate in to the causes of accident, right, or crash. Immediate answer, provided by religion. This was because of God's will. This was because of God's will, isn't it? And people believe, yes, this was because of God's will. God, please keep their soul in peace, right? Immediate answer, immediate solution मिलता है religion पे, ठीक है ना? इसलिए आज भी religion is functional, and so religion, yes.
happened, disaster happened, religious institutions come together to in aid of the.
That is also function in modern society. Modern society में that is also the function. ठीक है, कह सकते हैं, right? Okay, okay. और क्या functions you can count? Some novel.
Religion acted as constitution in
Hmm?
traditional societies.
Religion,
Acted as constitution.
constitution. तो वो तो हमने लिख लिया ना, values, source of knowledge, values and norms, guidelines. Constitution also provides, you know, values, guidelines as well as norms for behavior, isn't it? कैसा आपको behave करना है, isn't it? So that we have noted, right? और क्या बोल सकते हैं इसमें?
सर आपने जो क्राइसिस की बात की है वो इंडिविजुअल क्राइसिस और सोशल क्राइसिस दोनों ही हो सकता है। फॉर एग्जांपल अभी जो केरला फ्लड्स आए थे उसके बाद तुरंत ही वहाँ पे फेस्टिवल भी हुआ था, तो लोगों ने उस फेस्टिवल को यूज किया ताकि वो अपने मिमोरीज को भूल सके जो फ्लड्स के टाइम में हुआ।
And that is also yes. Social crisis, individual crisis in society, yes. नहीं, that is not. That is, you know, supernatural. That is supernatural belief actually. वो supernatural belief है, right? That is supernatural belief. Other, you know, like today religious institutions, बहुत सारे religious institutions are involved in education, religious institutions are involved in health facilities, providing health facilities. तो भी functions है ना, right? Religion has functions. तो उस functions के explanation में you can give, you know, current functionalities of religion also, right? Religion, Emile Durkheim, you know, explained essence of religion, causes of religion, functions of religion. What is religion? Its origin in totemism, isn't it? And concluded in all ages, all stages, humans never worshipped any alien force, any supernatural force, but in all ages humans worshipped the society. Society was divinized, right, in form of, you know, totem in traditional society. In today's society, society has been divinized in flags, isn't it, in national emblems, society, constitution, isn't it? And we are worshipping, you know, these new forms of religion. These forms are referred as civil religion too, right? Okay. जैसे ओल्ड रिलीजन्स का इमर्जेंस, जैसे प्रिमिटिव सोसाइटी में अरुणका ट्राइब में रिलीजन ओरिजिन्ड इन अ सिचुएशन ऑफ, यू नो, एक्साल्टेशन, हैप्पीनेस, फैंटास्मेगोरिया, इजंट इट? वैसा ही न्यू रिलीजन्स आल्सो, यू नो, इमर्जेस इन अ सिचुएशन ऑफ एक्साल्टेशन, हैप्पीनेस एंड लाइक अ कलेक्टिव, राइट, एक्साल्टेशन एंड फैंटास्मेगोरिया का सिचुएशन. फैंटास्मेगोरिया मीन्स लाइक व्हेन यू गो इनटू ट्रांस, यू नो, ट्रांस में आप चले जाते हैं, बिल्कुल आप वर्ल्डली मंडेन थिंग्स को भूल जाते हैं, कि वर्ल्डली थिंग्स को भूल जाते हैं. देन इमर्जेस, यू नो, न्यू रिलीजन्स. These, you know, preachers, right, these preachers, religious preachers, you know, what they do, they let you feel all the worldly pain, isn't it, gains. They try to, you know, relieve you from, right, the day-to-day activities. You travel from home to 500 kilometers, you go to Amritsar, isn't it? You participate in Radha Swami's satsang. For the time being, you forget about agriculture. You forget about, you know, drought. You forget about flood, isn't it? That is the situation of, you know, exaltation, collective exaltation, and there emerges new religions, isn't it? Right? Okay. Jैसे Osho cult is there, right? People do worship Osho, right? Considered in his believed in his divinity. What he did, he relieved people from the tensions, right? From day-to-day, you know, tensions caused by you know, materialism, isn't it? Right, in this materialistic world, right? And so people started, you know, following him, believing in him, isn't it? Right, many people sacrificed their career, right, following him, isn't it? Right, and that you know, Osho cult emerged in the state of collective exaltation, happiness, isn't it? People came together, like influenced by his preachings, believed in him, followed the practices. निर्वाणा, कभी कोर्स करेंगे निर्वाणा कोर्स, तो उसमें बहुत सारा रिचुअल्स होता है डेली, isn't it? राइट, अच्छा खाना मिलता है, बहुत अच्छा राइट, म्यूजिक चलता है, राइट, तो उसमें लाइक, एंड देयर इमर्जेस, यू नो, न्यू रिलीजन, ओशो कल्ट. दोज हु हैव सच एक्सपीरियंस, दे स्टार्ट बिलीविंग इन ओशो कल्ट, राइट. लेकिन पैसा लगता है वहाँ पे, यही प्रॉब्लम है, अदरवाइज फॉलो करने में प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, राइट. मैं जब गया था तो लाइक आज से कब 2006 में 15,000 तो उस समय था, अभी तो बहुत ज़्यादा होगा. यस.
Most of the reasons have emerged because of the social events happening in society.
सोशल.
Events, sir. जैसे dark ages में सर इस्लाम emerge हुआ. Jainism और Buddhism because of the discrimination in Hindu.
So the people who followed in the sacredness of these personalities, isn't it? They followed because of, exaltation. Their preachings, provided new insight, new way of life to follow, to be free from the pains of the past, untouchability and all. Getting your point or not? Right.
Cause तो social events होना
नहीं, जबरदस्ती नहीं मानेंगे ना कॉज उसको. रिलीजन अगर इमर्ज हुआ, टुडे देयर आर फॉलोअर्स ऑफ बुद्धिस्ट, दोज हु हैव those who realize happy consciousness, right, in Buddhist preachings, they follow him, isn't it? तो यहाँ पे तो consciousness है ना cause. Getting your point? That collective exaltation है ना cause. Getting your point, right?
इस्लाम का origin हम trace कर सकते हैं. मोहम्मद started. How it can be a social fact?
like देखिए, इसको ऐसे दरखिम के पर्सपेक्टिव से ना कि कलेक्टिविटी बिलीव्ड इन sacredness of his words, his preachings, the ways and methods suggested by him, isn't it? Collectivity started worshipping him. Muhammad prophet represents a collectivity, isn't it? Represents a collectivity. Quran represents a collectivity, the belief of the collectivity, the rituals, practices which we see in the collectivity, that is to relate the collectivity to the sacred Quran, isn't it? Or Prophet Muhammad, isn't it? If you minus the collectivity, there is no existence of religion. अगर आप collectivity को minus कर दो तो existence of religion है ही नहीं. अगर believers नहीं है तो religion है क्या? No. Collectivity is there, right? Basically, while worshipping particular religion, you worship, the collectivity according to Emile Durkheim. We worship the collectivity, we affirm to the collectivity, right, according to Emile Durkheim. We do not worship any supernatural force, supernatural power according to Emile Durkheim, right. This is the force of collectivity which is worshipped, right. Okay. Now some criticism. The first criticism from Marxian perspective, Durkheim successfully demonstrated the functionalities of religion. Durkheim has explained the functionalities of religion, right? Durkheim has explained the functionality of religion, the functions of religion in the society, in his theory of religion and society. But Marxists believe that religion is opium for the masses and a reflection of exploitation and alienation. Religion is opium for the masses and reflection of exploitation and alienation. More the people are exploited, alienated, estranged, more they rely on religion. I mean, exploitation and alienation is the cause of religion, is the source of religion. Yes. यहाँ पे रिलीजन की बात कर रहे हैं ना, तो ये कहते हैं कि रिलीजन फंक्शन है। रिलीजन क्या है? फंक्शनल है, ठीक है ना। रिलीजन इज फंक्शनल फॉर द सोसाइटी, गेटिंग योर पॉइंट। वो कहते हैं कि रिलीजन इज नॉट फंक्शनल, रिलीजन इज रिफ्लेक्शन ऑफ एक्सप्लॉयटेशन एंड एलिनेशन इन द सोसाइटी। एक क्रिटिसिज्म के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से देखिए ना, पर्सपेक्टिव के क्रिटिसिज्म, गेटिंग योर पॉइंट। लाइक वो ये थोड़े कहता है दरखिम कि दिस वाज फंक्शनल इन प्रिमिटिव सोसाइटी एंड नॉन फंक्शनल इन टुडे सोसाइटी। वो आज भी कहते हैं कि रिलीजन इन टुडे सोसाइटी आल्सो आर फंक्शनल फॉर सोसाइटी बिकॉज दिस स्ट्रेंथेन्स कलेक्टिव कॉन्साइंस, right, integrates the collectivity into moral community, isn't it? Like this is the primary source of, I mean, values and norms, socializes people in society. Social control function is there of religion, isn't it? Relationship is constrained by religion, isn't it? Like every aspect of life is constrained by religion, religious value. ये कहते हैं कि नहीं, religion is a reflection of inequality, exploitation and alienation and exploitation in the society. Getting your point, right? Okay. Then next, R.K. Merton's criticism, neo-functionalist criticism. According to R.K. Merton, in a multi-ethnic society, नोट कर लीजिएगा, प्रिंटेड नोट्स में सारी पॉइंट्स नहीं होंगे, कुछ अलग होना चाहिए, राइट? According to R.K. Merton, in a multi-ethnic society like USA and India, in a multi-ethnic society, in a multi-religious society like India, like USA, religion is not only the integrating force but also one major cause of disintegration, but also is one major cause of disintegration. This is not only integrating force, but this is also one major cause of disintegration, right? कैसे? Yes, give example, right? जैसे partition of India, right? Religion was one predominant for like factor, isn't it? Behind communalism, and communalism led to like one of the breakdowns caused by communal tensions or communalism is partition, disintegration, right? Further, within societies, we see religion is the basis of communalism, communal tensions, communal rioting, isn't it? Right? Conflict between Shia and Sunnis, right, in Middle East, Iraq, disintegration of a civilization in Iraq, पूरा society disintegrate हो गया because of the conflict between two religious sects, isn't it? Conflict between two religious sects, in Syria, Shia and Sunnis and many other groups, right? Disintegration of society, isn't it? Like in India, we have seen many communal tensions, conflict, isn't it? Getting your point. Crusade traces still we see in conflict between Palestine and Israel, right? उनके बीच में, ठीक है ना, कि religion is a major dimension there, isn't it? So, yes, religion is also dysfunction. Further, R.K. Merton says कि like patriarchy, caste, isn't it? Caste-based discrimination, particularly patriarchal discrimination, right? Emanates, its source from or sourced in religion, isn't it? Sourced in Manu Smriti, right? Ramayana, Mahabharata, isn't it? In these, like religious texts, we see patriarchal, right, values and norms discriminating, causing discrimination between men and women, right? So this is also dysfunctions भी है religion का. R.K. Merton को जो apply करेंगे तो we will refer कि in multi-ethnic societies, in traditional societies, religion not only functional but also dysfunctional, isn't it? Right? Many religious groups में, Jain community में, women are still highly domesticated. The community is rich and prosperous, but women का domestication is there, right? There are discrimination, right, in religious groups and communities, ठीक है? Okay. Further और क्या लिखेंगे? R.K. Merton.
Manifest and latent functions. The latent can be the practices that are torturous to the body
Yes.
that happen in the society.
दैट ऑल्सो यू कैन से इस लेवल पे भी. सेकेंड एक लाइक द यूनिवर्सल द पोस्टुलेट ऑफ यूनिवर्सैलिटी ऑफ origins of religion, essence of religion and functions of religion criticized by Archimedes, right? In his theory, right, Emile Durkheim emphasizes on the origin of religion from primitive society to modern society, isn't it? Like essence of religion, sacred and profane, right? Universality, this is the universal factor, universal, cause of origin of religion, isn't it? Functions he universalized, isn't it? But not, right, the functions are not universal, the origin may not be universal. जैसे आपका जो पॉइंट आ रहा था, right, तो मैं तो अभी डिफेंड कर रहा था उसको, बट लाइक वी कैनॉट से कि दैट इज ओनली द सोर्स ऑफ origin of religion, isn't it? Right, I mean apply that postulate of Archimedes, universality, indispensability and unity, right? On the basis of all three postulates you can criticize. Indispensable, the functions of religion are not indispensable now. आज functions of religion indispensable है क्या? Right, collective conscience today is strengthened by constitution, isn't it? Right, laws, collective conscience is strengthened by laws, isn't it? Like indispensable function like socialization, social control तो laws से आज है ना, rule से है ना, isn't it? Right, so that indispensability basis also you can criticize Archimedes, right? Further जैसा उन्होंने बोला था कि there is absolute, Durkheim does absolute distinction between sacred and profane, right? This has also been criticized, right? On empirical level it is difficult to find such absolute distinction, isn't it, between sacred and profane, right? Like Edward Starmer, he questioned it is not clear why there can only be two class of objects, sacred objects and profane objects. There may be third class also, right, other category also, mundane objects, isn't it? And most of the reality, most of the objects, right, lies in between these two extremes according to Edmund Leach. Most of our actions fall in between the two extremes of sacred and profane. अगर हम एक्शन के टर्म में देखेंगे तो our action falls in between sacred and profane, right? Worldly, what is worldly, isn't it? Our actions falls in between, neither sacred, supernatural sacred nor profane, isn't it? Right, so this also you may criticize. Starmer, यार नहीं भी याद नाम रही भी रहेगा तो इतना याद रखिए, right, कि there is other third category of that is referred as mundane, other third category, right? Edward, E-D-W-A-R-D, Edward, S-T-R-M-E-R, Starmer, Edward Starmer, right? There is a third category which is neither mundane nor sacred, and neither sacred nor profane, that is mundane, simply this worldly, right? Okay, yes. Religion is so generous, yes, you can say. सोशल फैक्ट का सारा क्रिटिसिज्म अप्लाई करिए ना, रिलीजन इज अ सोशल फैक्ट. तो मैंने उधर बोला था कि दरखिम निगेट्स इंडिविजुअल रोल इन क्रिएशन ऑफ सोशल रियलिटी, इन मेकिंग ऑफ सोशल रियलिटी. रिलीजन इज अ सोशल फैक्ट, ये कहते हैं कि सो जनरस ही निगेट्स रोल ऑफ इंडिविजुअल्स इन मेकिंग ऑफ रिलीजन, इन कंस्ट्रक्शन, इन क्रिएशन ऑफ रिलीजियस रियलिटीज. सो दैट विल ऑल्सो वन क्रिटिसिज्म, नोबल क्रिटिसिज्म होगा, ठीक है ना, राइट. ओके. एक और है कि द एम्पिरिकल बेस ऑफ द थियरी वाज वेरी नैरो, इज वेरी नैरो. एम्पिरिकल बेस ऑफ थियरी ऑफ रिलीजन एंड सोसाइटी इज वेरी नैरो. द स्टडी वाज कंडक्टेड बाय मालिनोव्स्की, राइट. अरुंटा ट्राइब का स्टडी वाज कंडक्टेड बाय मालिनोव्स्की. Durkheim did not visit, right? the findings of primitive religion Durkheim applied in modern society, right, which is also questioned by sociologists, right? Okay, today what we see कि not the religion, not the religiosity, but secularism, right, secularity is more integrating factor in the society. आज सोसाइटी में इंटीग्रेशन का फैक्टर्स क्या है? सेकुलरिटी, राइट, सेकुलरिज्म इन सिंपल सोसाइटी, राइट, इन ट्रेडिशनल सोसाइटी Durkheimian reasoning and logics may be valid, but this is not valid in modern complex society, isn't it? जब वो बात करते हैं ना कि वन मॉरल कम्युनिटी इन अ सिंगल सोसाइटी, देयर आर पीपल बिलोंगिंग टू डिफरेंट moral community, different religious community, isn't it? And in such society, secularism is the binding force, isn't it? Right, not religion. अगर religion जहाँ पे है वहाँ पे ज़्यादा conflict है, simple, right? Okay. So these are some criticism, more criticism you refer to printed notes, वहाँ पे refer कर लीजिएगा, right? एक overall, if you see the relevance or application, so we realize कि Durkheim still is relevant when you refer theory, Durkheim's theory, right? Durkheim's theory in two types of societies like rural society and urban industrialized society, right? Traditional society, modern society, right? So traditional society में like totem worship, like worshipping of the things because of belief in supernatural, isn't it? Supernatural force, though that is not supernatural, that is collective force, sacred, isn't it? So simple society में what we see, like in Indian society too, we see people worshipping trees, people worshipping land, people worshipping like, and they consider these as sacred. इसको क्या मानते हैं? Sacred मानते हैं, isn't it? In modern society we see कि people worship a single god, isn't it? Because worshipping a single god, right, in modern society जैसे यूरोपियन नेशंस में, right, like united people, right, that was binding force, isn't it, on the collectivity, uniting force on the collectivity, isn't it? Right. So when you apply like Durkheim's thesis ki old religions, new religions, right, old religions में worshipping of things, isn't it, as totem, new religions में worshipping of single sacred god or nation, isn't it? So this is relevant, this seems to be relevant कि Durkheim's thesis seems to be relevant in two types of societies, traditional societies and modern societies, isn't it? Right. So इसका relevance is also there, isn't it? Durkheim also like Durkheim Durkheim is very much relevant, for understanding the social problems in society. Right? Durkheim's conceptualizations like economic division of labor, forced division of labor, isn't it? Lack of integration, right? High integration, lack of regulation. These help us understand, the social reality, social problems in society. So second paper में we will apply Durkheim for explaining the social issues in India, isn't it? Like problem of bondage. Bondage system है, right? Second paper में पढ़ना है आपको problem of bondage, right? Problem of migrant workers, isn't it? Right? तो आप लिखेंगे उधर problems में, right? कि lack of specialized division of labor, right? In certain states is cause of forced migration to other states. तो ये term लेकर आएंगे आप specialized division of labor, isn't it? Like problem in informal sector. Informal sector में problem क्या है? Economic division of labor as well as forced division of labor. मैं उधर बार बार याद नहीं कराऊंगा कि आप ये keywords यूज करिए. You have to, ठीक है ना, वहां आपको यूज करना है because this indicates problem in society. क्या problem है society में? Economic division of labor and forced division of labor में lack of regulation leads to economic division of labor and multiplicity of regulations, right? Forced division of labor, isn't it? Caste also, right? Patriarchy also, isn't it? Right? Traditional ethics and values, isn't it? Multiplicity of regulations, right? So उसको लिखेंगे उधर, ठीक है ना? So application is very high. Durkheim का contribution is very high, understanding the problems in society, social problems, right? Okay. So बस इतना ही काफ़ी है. एक और क्रिटिसिज्म में आप लिखेंगे, राइट, कि Durkheim अगर इफ मार्क्स इज क्रिटिसाइज्ड फॉर, कहीं नोट कर लीजिएगा, मार्क्स इज क्रिटिसाइज्ड फॉर इकोनॉमिक डिटर्मिनिज्म, Durkheim is criticized for social determinism, isn't it? Durkheim is criticized for social determinism, right? In fact social factors में भी हमने लिखा था, ठीक है ना, वो सब पॉइंट्स याद रखना है आपको कि Durkheim suggest कि society social reality is sui generis above and over individual, right, independent of individuals, isn't it, and put constant on individual behavior, isn't it? So he is highly oriented towards society, the structures influencing, and he considers individuals as passive being, isn't it? Passive reactor to the needs and demands of the society. It is not so, right? Individuals construct their own realities too, right? Individuals influences social reality too. Getting your point, right? तो ये क्रिटिसिज्म याद रखिए, किसी भी आंसर में एक ये लाइन जनरल लिख सकते हैं, ठीक है ना, चाहे सोशल फैक्ट है, रिलीजन है. Durkheim is criticized for social determinism, for reflecting social determinism in his concepts and theories, right?
Our question आएगा कि we have to criticize we have to show the relevance of Durkheim in sociology. So in later part of the answer can we criticize more?
Relevance
The only relevance is needed in the answer.
नहीं, रेलेवेंस ही लिखिए, रेलेवेंस लिखेंगे. जैसे कंट्रीब्यूशन पूछता है तो अननेसेसरी नेगेटिव नहीं लिखना है, क्योंकि शॉर्ट क्वेश्चन में पूछेगा ना, आपके पास कंट्रीब्यूशन इतना होगा लिखने के लिए. Durkheim का रेलेवेंस तो अगर लिखे तो आप 1000 वर्ड्स में Durkheim का रेलेवेंस विल राइट. यू जस्ट रिकॉल ईच एंड एवरी चैप्टर ऑफ सोशल स्ट्रक्चर इन इंडिया एंड सोशल चेंज इन इंडिया का यूनिट्स. 2 यूनिट है ना आपका, 3 आउट ऑफ 3 यूनिट्स, 2 यूनिट सोशल स्ट्रक्चर एंड चेंज. रूरल एग्रेरियन सोशल स्ट्रक्चर, यू अप्लाई Durkheim इन रूरल एग्रेरियन सोशल स्ट्रक्चर, right? Rural agrarian social transformation, transformation happened but with anomy and normlessness, isn't it? You apply there, isn't it? So second paper is all funda applying, right? 50% application and 50% of the facts second paper में, ठीक है ना. और that is my USP. Those who follow me in second paper they get 178. So last yesterday कोई स्टूडेंट महाराष्ट्र से आए, 2 साल पहले थे मेरे कोर्स में, उनका फर्स्ट पेपर में है 118, सेकेंड पेपर में है 178. कैसा गैप है, 30 मार्क्स से छोड़ गया पेपर. तो फर्स्ट पेपर में मेरे को फॉलो नहीं किया, बट सेकंड पेपर मजबूरी में फॉलो करना होता है, राइट? क्योंकि सेकंड पेपर में बहुत सोर्स है नहीं, तो मजबूरी में लोग फॉलो कर लेते हैं कई बार, राइट? तो इस बार उन्होंने बोला कि सर फर्स्ट पेपर में भी ऐसा ही मैं लिखूंगा. लास्ट ईयर थोड़ा ऐसे किया, तो ऐसे एक्सपेरिमेंट में चले गए, ये बुक कर लिया, वो बुक कर लिया, तो बुक से मार्क्स नहीं आया, ठीक है. इनफैक्ट पेपर 1 में भी आपको अगर एप्लीकेशन लिखते हैं ना कि Durkheim रेलेवेंट इंडिया के इस एस्पेक्ट में, डिवीजन ऑफ लेबर इधर पढ़ रहे हैं, इंडस्ट्रियलाइजेशन पेपर 2 में, isn't it? So division of labor, industrialization in India, getting your point, informalization in India, गेटिंग अ पॉइंट. सो ये कोरिलेट करेंगे ना, अच्छा होगा. यू विल हैव सब्सटेंस टू राइट. ठीक है, ओके बस. नाउ नेक्स्ट क्या है? नेक्स्ट इज थिंकर मैक्स वेबर. ठीक है, no, let us start today. कल से.
No, sir, आज से. सर तो सर वेस्ट हो जाएगा सर.
हाँ ये तो है. जस्ट हाँ जस्ट इंट्रोडक्शन राइट. आउटलाइन की क्या इसमें आपको करना है.
तक जितना असाइनमेंट हुआ उसका मॉडल आंसर अगर आप बताएं तो.
नहीं मॉडलिंग इज
मतलब अभी बस ओरली ऐसा आप बता दो.
नहीं मॉडलिंग नहीं करिए राइट. मॉडलिंग इज डेंजरस इन ऑप्शनल्स एक्चुअली राइट. बहुत मॉडल करके नहीं जाना है ऑप्शनल में, लाइक कि बस ये मुझे लिख के आना है काइंड ऑफ. नो, जैसे अगर दरखिम को मॉडलिंग करोगे आप तो केवल पेपर 1 में सोचोगे, पेपर 2 में तो जाओगे नहीं आप. आज मैं दरखिम को बता दूं कि बस दरखिम आपको केवल पेपर 1 व्हाट यू हैव स्टडीड दैट यू राइट, नो, तो दैट विल बी बुकिश आंसर राइट. If you relate with the paper 2, then that will be competitive answer, isn't it? Some points from paper 2, and that will happen once you finish the paper 2, right? So abhi to just you enjoy writing, right? Develop habit of writing, isn't it? Like the final, I will give you 2 booklets for practicing. Practice के लिए मैं booklets दूंगा आपको, worry not. ठीक है ना? Printed booklets you will get to write final answer. तो उसमें फिर competitive is, उसमें you will apply paper 2 also. Okay.
Similarities between Durkheim's anomy and Marx.
Division of labor, right? Alienation, that we can discuss. Okay, let us discuss that. Tomorrow I will start Max Weber. Okay, the first is not only anomy and alienation, but broadly, you should understand difference between Karl Marx and Emile Durkheim, isn't it? Okay. So in context of division of labor, Karl Marx and Max Weber is compared. ठीक है ना? Karl Marx and Emile Durkheim is compared, right? So, in respect to division of labor, first point to think is the perspective. Perspective followed by Karl Marx, conflictist perspective. His focus on inequality, explaining inequality, exploitation in course of struggle, in course of division of labor. Division of labor is starting from primitive communist society with changes in mode of production, forces of production, isn't it, till capitalist stage of society. Marx का focus क्या है? Right, change in mode of production leading to exploitation, isn't it? Inequality, exploitation, conflict, struggle, isn't it? Marx talks about division of labor in variety of societies, right? Slave society, ancient society, feudal society, capitalist society, primitive communist society, isn't it? Emile Durkheim, functional explanation कि division of labor is functional for society, number 1. Number 2, division of labor in industrialized society and non-industrialized society, isn't it, right? And in primitive society also, the function of division of labor, solidarity, integration, right? In modern society also, the function of division of labor is promotion of solidarity, isn't it? Marx में क्या है कि primitive communist stage, egalitarian society, order, solidarity, but in all other societies apart from primitive communist stage of society, inequality, exploitation, conflict, isn't it? ठीक है. other point क्या लिखेंगे? Yes. Why not? In respect to division of labor, basically comparison will be asked or anomy and alienation. ठीक है ना? Anomy and alienation. तो division of labor में, in division of labor, in capitalist stage of society, Karl Marx refers to the concept of alienation. कि workers because of low or no control over forces of production, over the product, isn't it? Right? No, freedom to reflect their creativity, social relations turning into market relation. In such situations, workers are alienated, estranged, isn't it? Get your point. This alienation, estrangement occurs in this situation. Emile Durkheim suggests कि no, alienation is a result of anomy, normlessness, and that is temporary. वो क्या है? Temporary है, isn't it? Right? Like in division of labor, when there is low regulation, weak regulation, that leads to anomy and normlessness. In course of change and transformation from mechanical solidarity to organic solidarity, right? New norms appears, right, to influence the behavior. New values appears, but the old values and norms continues in society. Old values and norms continues in society, isn't it? This over regulates the behavior. Old norms also regulate your behavior, new norms also regulate your behavior. एक सिचुएशन होता है lack of regulation का anomy, other situation is over regulation, isn't it? कि patriarchal norms are also there and professional norms are also there, isn't it? तो इसमें क्या हो रहा है? over regulation, isn't it? वही यूरोपियन सोसाइटीज में देखिए तो पैट्रियार्कल नॉर्म्स आर नॉट देयर, प्रोफेशनल नॉर्म्स आर देयर. गेटिंग अ पॉइंट? सो एनोमी का सिचुएशन इन फर्स्ट केस, अदर केस में फोर्स्ड डिवीजन ऑफ लेबर का सिचुएशन. इन बोथ द सिचुएशन एलिनेशन हैपेंस, राइट? दरखेम एलिनेशन, राइट? आइडियलिस्ट नहीं, ऐसा आइडियलिस्ट से रिलेट नहीं करेंगे, ठीक है? अदर डिस्टिंक्शन लाइक मार्क्स बिलीव रेडिकल सोल्यूशन, मार्क्स सजेस्टेड रेडिकल सोल्यूशन फॉर एलिनेशन, राइट? एलिनेशन का सोल्यूशन क्या? रिवोल्यूशन, राइट? स्ट्रगल एंड रिवोल्यूशन, क्लास रिवोल्यूशन, ठीक है? दरकिम कहता है कि नो, लाइक regulation will leads to normal division of labor, right? Alienation, anomic situation, alienation is related to anomy, and with regulation, with new norms at the place, anomy will end, so alienation will also end. This requires not revolutionary solution, ठीक है ना? New norms, values, guidelines, isn't it? Also establish order and stability in सोसाइटी, इन वर्क ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, इन सोसाइटी, isn't it? या फिर इन सेकेंड केस जो आपका फोर्स डिवीजन ऑफ लेबर है, उस सिचुएशन में क्या सोल्यूशन बताया उसने? सोल्यूशन मेरिटोक्रेसी, इक्वालिटी ऑफ अपॉर्चुनिटी एंड मेरिटोक्रेसी, कि नॉट इन बिहेवियर नॉट इन्फ्लुएंस्ड बाय ओल्ड नॉर्म्स एंड द न्यू नॉर्म्स टुगेदर, isn't it? Those who are meritorious, isn't it? Right? They will work, they will act as per their merit. If society promotes equality of opportunity, alienation will end in society. As per the merit, all individuals will work in different positions, they will not be alienated. If they are forced to work in different positions as well as continue with their traditional primordial obligations, then they will be forced to work, and that will prepare situation for alienation, right? Okay. और क्या कह सकते हैं इसमें? डिवीजन ऑफ लेबर एंड एनोमी के सिचुएशन में फर्स्ट लेट अस सी डिवीजन ऑफ लेबर एंड एनोमी के सिचुएशन में, और पॉइंट, और क्या पॉइंट कह सकते हैं? डिवीजन ऑफ लेबर एंड एनोमी, जस्ट थिंक समथिंग. एक और पॉइंट यू कैन रेफर, राइट, अकॉर्डिंग टू मार्क्स, with more and more changes in forces of production, I mean with changes in forces of production, change in force of production, you know, refers to specialization, isn't it? I mean technological development, isn't it? With technology, with development in force of production means development in means of production, changes in means of production. And what is means of production? Technology. Technology is means of production. With more changes in means of production, right, inequality and exploitation increases in society. In capitalist society, like inequality between workers and capitalists, right, continues, as well as exploitation of the workers increases, right, because wherever the worker went, they were exploited because of that mode of that production, isn't it? That force of production, right? Force of production involves means of production as well as labor power. So means of production as well as labor power through wages was controlled by the master, isn't it? लेकिन दरखिम साहब क्या कहते हैं इस रिस्पेक्ट में? दरखिम, with more qualitative changes, development, specialization, more differentiation, more specialization in technology, there would be more interdependence and more solidarity in the society. Solidarity increases in the society, isn't it? So this is also one point of difference. ये भी point of difference है, ठीक है? Yes.
So Marx divides the labor into two classes.
Hmm.
The kind does not.
Labor into,
Two classes. Maximum minorities.
yes, that is also one point, ठीक है? वो भी point कह सकते हैं, ठीक है? क्योंकि in Durkheim's explanation, it is clearly evidence that कि with more and more specialization, like class conflict will diminish, right? Like a group of people engaged in particular work will not compete with all others, but only the few, isn't it? Doctor will not compete with engineer will not compete with teachers, isn't it? But he will compete only with few engineers, you know, that also for you know, higher position, isn't it? For reward, isn't it? That is not, you know, conflict, class conflict. Class conflict has been totally, you know, refuted, negated by Emile Durkheim in modern meritocratic society. आज की सोसाइटी में जो मॉडर्न मेरिटोक्रेटिक सोसाइटी है उसमें Durkheim refutes, you know, class conflict. Conflict happens, you know, but for the time being, थोड़े समय के लिए, isn't it? Once the structures differentiate, जैसे in wake of, you know, increasing volume of population, material density, moral density, conflict starts in society, but that is, you know, temporal for the time being. Once, you know, like structures differentiate, specialization increases, conflict diminishes. There is no conflict in society. Even if conflict continues, so that is also temporal. Conflict continues in society between worker and owner, worker and employee and employer, so that is because of lack of regulations. If regulations are at place, trade unions implement those regulations, isn't it? Right? With corporatization, trade union formation, that conflict, you know, ends. Once the workers, you know, gets more bargaining capacity, isn't it, in form of trade unions, that conflict ends, isn't it? Right. So this is also important point. Class conflict, उस पे भी अपन comparison करेंगे, right?
Marx said that have class will never allow have not to come as a. And Emile says that even petty bourgeois class can rise up to white collar class.
I guess why not? On the basis of skill, merit, isn't it? Merit, specialization, कह सकते हैं, ठीक है? So these are, you know, some points. स्पेशलाइजेशन जैसे बढ़ेगा वैसे सोसाइटी में हार्मनी आएगा, राइट? ऑर्डर आएगा, स्टेबिलिटी आएगा. मार्क्स साहब कहते हैं कि नहीं, कॉन्फ्लिक्ट बढ़ेगा, इनस्टेबिलिटी आएगा, राइट? एक्सप्लॉयटेशन विल इंक्रीज, इजंट इट? सो दीज आर, जैसे एक वर्ड उन्होंने बोला था कि मार्क्स इज पैसिव, राइट? पेसिमिस्ट, राइट? एंड एमाइल डर्कहेम इज ऑप्टिमिस्ट, इजंट इट? ऑप्टिमिस्ट अबाउट, यू नो, the changes, the developments. Marx is passive about the changes, developments, right? Okay. ठीक है. Thank you. I will discuss. Right. Okay. So assignment for tomorrow. Contribution of Karl Marx. Right. Contribution of Emile Durkheim to sociology. Contribution. Yes. Write a note on contribution of Emile Durkheim to sociology. Contribution of Emile Durkheim to sociology. 150, 250. Right. Okay. See you tomorrow.